different, like Darren's Noah or something. Let's not forget that he, it's based on the biblical Noah. But with all these strange things happening, and Noah he looked like a bad guy in it, to be honest, Noah. Very miserable, very angry. And people would be thinking, oh, what kind of God would flood the earth? Do you know what I mean? And Noah said after, I was picked because I could get the job done. Like build an ark kind of thing, and protect his family and the animals. The animals were like innocent. The ending were good with the rainbow, but it's not fun to watch again, to be honest. Just for a one-off. There were some interesting things, but there were some bad things about it as well. It was rather twisted, to suit Darren Aronofsky's mind, to be honest. And it was more, in some ways, more of a fantasy, mystical sort of epic, if you get the drift. Because it didn't look as though that it was real. And I think that's the impression that I got when I watched it, even though the special effects were amazing. I got the impression that he's done it in a way that it's like a fabled story. It didn't happen kind of thing. Obviously with a lot of twists in it as well. Spent a lot of money on it. I think I'd probably, after when I watched it, I thought, I'm glad I watched it, to be honest, because it wasn't extremely bad. It depends how you look on it. And I think after the film, I'd probably give it about a 7 out of 10 or something, or maybe a 6 or 7. I wasn't sure of my rating, but I remember saying to my friend, I said, oh, I thought it was good, but at the same time, with all these twists in it and that, I think that's downgraded the film for me. Maybe a 5 out of 10. It's not crap, but it's also not magnificent, and the second half is rather boring, especially with Noah arguing with his family and that. It's like EastEnders, watching that. It's an interesting film, don't get me wrong, but I thought at first when I was reading that magazine, and I know I've looked and somebody is giving that video a thumbs down. Well, I know why, because I was really excited reading that event magazine and thought it was going to be something quite tremendous. And to be honest, I didn't look it up as much as some other films what I've been to see, because I wanted it as a surprise. But I couldn't help noticing comments from people and that saying, don't waste your money, it's a bore. But if you really want to watch it, I would recommend, maybe if you wait and get it on rent or something like that, just to see it for, because it's alright for a one-off. I wouldn't buy the film myself, I'm not going to buy it. Didn't think it was buying material. I'll watch it again, if it comes on TV or Sky, in a couple of years or so. But yeah, My score for that, everybody, 5 out of 10. And I know some people watching who might be a bit upset with that, saying, no, you shouldn't have given it that 1 out of 10 or whatever. I'm not bothered, you know. Some bits were really good, some bits, don't forget, some bits in the film, you know, that film as a whole, to be honest, mentioned more stuff about God than a normal film which isn't even based about nothing in the book of, you know, in the Bible, to be honest. So if you think about it that way as well, I wouldn't go as far to say that it was blasphemy. There's much worse things out there. Do you know what I mean? Life of Brian, for instance. I mean, I've only seen bits of that film, but my dad says that's a terrible film, that. Right, blasphemous. Do you realise that there's some Christians that like Life of Brian? It's a Monty Python, supposed to be comedy, and I really can't go into much detail because I've never seen it, and to be quite honest, I don't want to see it. Mocking Jesus, then why bother? Do you know what I mean? But maybe that film called Noah, because it's going to misguide a lot of people thinking that it's a true biblical film about Noah, and yeah, you know, a flood comes, there's an ark in it, but there's a lot of differences, and maybe it should be called, like, I don't know, Life of Derek, or Derek and His Family Survives. That's a not bad name for a title. But like I said at the beginning of the video, the film could put a lot of people off Christianity, and maybe it's done it like that. Maybe the Illuminati are behind it, I'm not really sure, but I was thinking after, it could put people off that film, that. And I mean, not just actually put them off the film, but put them off the Bible. Do you know what I mean? And that's not a good idea at all, is it? If that's what the film is for, to put people off God, to put people off the Bible, I don't know. But I read it that Darren Aronofsky had a big interest in Noah and, you know, that Bible book. Well, in Genesis, in it. You know, I would recommend, if you watch it on your, you know, watch it, you know, instead of wondering if you're just looking at these videos like, you know, you might get offended. I wasn't offended, to be honest, because I knew what it was about and that and stuff. But yeah, that's my talk about that film called Noah, 2014. And yeah, I think 5 out of 10. It's quite a decent score for that. You know, great special effects and that. But it's not a bad film, but not equal to what the Bible says of what happened with Noah. But you know, the main part is still there, where God floods the world, there's a rainbow at end and that, and there's an ark and all animals go into the ark. So it's a funny twist, strange, but yeah. God bless everybody. Take care. And I'll be back soon with another video. So stay tuned.